The entire fight world has been stunned by the outcome of this one. It's safe to say it's not the first time this young incumbent has come out of nowhere and shocked the boxing nation. The Gypsy King has earned the right to reign supreme on his throne for some time now. But no one expected it all to end so soon. Who exactly are we referring to? Well, if you don't know about this fight, it's time to shut the hell up and do some research. This is Tyson Fury, the Gypsy King, versus none other than the former Mexican champion Andy Ruiz, aka the Destroyer. The thing about Andy Ruiz is, looking at him here, you might not suspect that he lives up to his name. But regardless of his deceiving physique, when this man entered the ring, he really did destroy. Just take a look at Ruiz here. Absolutely phenomenal. And so, is it any surprise that he could do this to Tyson Fury? Well, many of you may be shocked to hear this, especially given that Tyson Fury is the proven champion. But as we all know, what goes up must come down, and who better to take out the champion than Andy Ruiz himself? Why do we say this? Well, as you all know, Andy Ruiz has derailed the world's favorite world champion once before. You must have been living under a rock with your head in the sand if you missed this one.
Joshua with the hard jab, trying to answer, but he's taking him down again. Wow! Joshua looks gassed. Mouthpiece came flying out of his mouth. Joshua looks so tired. I think he wants out. That's it. He says that's it. Andy Ruiz is the heavyweight champion. And Andy Ruiz has shocked the world.
Andy Ruiz Jr. hace el milagro.
One of the biggest upsets in heavyweight championship history.
This was the insane moment when Andy Ruiz beat the world's favorite heavyweight champion, Anthony Joshua. AJ is a man who needs no further introduction. His long rise to the top saw him take out some of the best fighters on the planet, such as Dillian Whyte and Vladimir Klitschko himself. But not only did Ruiz beat Joshua, he absolutely shocked the world by battering AJ in this fight in June 2019. This Mexican beast was unassuming, and no one was expecting him to take the win. But that's exactly what he did. Ruiz exhibited crazy flurries and intense speed for a man of his size and appearance. He boxed close up to Joshua and was unafraid of engaging in furious exchanges of blow after blow. Fight fans in all countries watched with utter amazement as Joshua seemed to have his game plan all wrong and as a result lost the fight and his champion title against the unassuming Mexican hero, or as Tyson Fury once called him, the kid from Up. Ruiz became not only the unified champ, but also the first ever Mexican heavyweight champion of the world. The win was absolutely incredible. Ruiz stunned Joshua with his power, sending the Brit crashing to the canvas 4 times before the match was finally halted. This man is a legend. In the space of a few months, he went from nobody to world champion by shocking the boxing universe into witnessing his absolute destruction. Did Joshua just not prepare for this fight, or was he simply outclassed? No one really knows, but there's just no denying Ruiz's crazy boxing skills in this face-off. Ruiz's win was heralded as one of the biggest upsets in boxing history and has been compared to Buster Douglas's shocking victory over Mike Tyson in 1990. The 6'6" Joshua proved to be no match for Ruiz, and Mexican fans across the world screamed with joy and pride to see their hero show the true strength of their great nation. We all remember when this happened, right?
Body shot and uppercut is what Ruiz should be looking for.
Let I scream that side when I came. Scream my name, you got me hard. This nigga millionaire, Biggie, tell me who do you feed? Ain't no living so grievous, I bought no feet here. My last 4 flashed and I mashed his ass. Blasted, fuck with me, but I blast your ass. So many follow up, can't reach me. Caught in the maze. beats. Catch him, mimicking my style, trying to hold this weight. Impossible, my posse dropping you with Jeff Rock. So you can beg, motherfucker, ain't no mercy.
Third knockdown of the fight for Ruiz.
And rightly so. Mexico has a strong history of warriors and courageous fighters who literally obliterated their enemies going right back to Aztec times. We all know Ruiz is keen on tracing his pathway to the heavyweight championship once more. The Destroyer has been engaged in gruesome workouts and training regimes like never before to make an awe-inspiring comeback. He has expressed his interest to take anyone and everyone in his way to reach the peak of the division. I mean, just look at this transformation. Ruiz has now slimmed down dramatically and is absolutely killing it in the gym. His legs are way more toned, and compared to his former self, the large lump of jelly that looked more at home in a late-night motel bar, Ruiz now has the physique of an elite warrior. This Mexican legend has been focusing on improving his already fatal hooks and flurries of killer combos with none other than world-class elite fighter and fellow Mexican fight star Canelo Alvarez. Ruiz's hooks are already world famous after the way he was able to take out AJ here. How crazy is that? If Ruiz was good enough to annihilate Anthony Joshua in 2019, imagine how lethal he will be this time. He is literally in the best shape he's ever been. The Destroyer owes it to himself as much as anyone, and that fire is definitely burning a whole lot brighter now that there's a new champion on the throne. But is it seriously likely that Andy Ruiz could have the same success against the Gypsy King? Tyson Fury is no ordinary champion. This is a man built like a giant who moves like a gazelle in the ring. Fury has overcome some of the most devastating fighters in the division, and time again, he has proven his superior boxing ability. Does Ruiz really stand a chance? Remember, Fury is the man who is able to do this to undoubtedly the most ferocious power puncher of this generation. Absolutely incredible. How would Ruiz hold up against an onslaught like this from the Gypsy King? Well, we know that the Destroyer has an incredible chin already, as this could not have been clearer in his fight against AJ. Just look at the force of this uppercut. This is one of Joshua's heaviest punches, landing exactly on its target.
Wow, that was fast from Joshua.
See how Ruiz's face was almost pulled off his neck? And what happened next? Well, okay, he fell to the canvas, but was he knocked out? Not even close. Andy Ruiz simply sat down for a few seconds before getting straight back up and going absolutely crazy on the heavyweight champion of the world. He quickly returned the favor and knocked Anthony Joshua straight down himself. We need to say it again. Ruiz has shown an exceptional chin against Joshua. No one should be taking the force of Joshua's punches lightly. These blows landed on Ruiz with devastating power, and yet he was able to quite easily get back up and return the favor on his opponent. Ruiz has shown he is pretty tough, that's for sure, and any future opponent will need to bear this in mind when attempting to use power against him. That said, a strong chin is not the only thing Ruiz will need to hold up against Tyson Fury. Ruiz may be fast, but Fury is known to move with exceptional speed for a man of his size. This is a champion who has literally entered the Matrix against previous opponents.
Schwartz trying his best. Look at Fury! What unbelievable upper body movement defensively. 4 punches missed with the head movement. This was truly a master clinic.
Master clinic
this
right
one
here.
single round is everything.
This was a vivid example of how Fury deals with pressure fighters who force him up against the ropes. Would Ruiz really be able to land a hand on this man? Just maybe, Ruiz has properly invested in himself. Maybe after spending so much time training with Canelo in the gym, he could come out of hibernation and absolutely shock the world all over again. As we've said, he would need an incredibly strong chin. But also, Ruiz will need to be even faster than before. He will need real boxing intelligence to dodge Fury's punches and make his way on the inside to launch his deadly combo flurries and his crazy left hook. It's true, if Ruiz could land his left hook on Fury's jaw, we may actually see Fury go down and hit the canvas the same way he did against Wilder. How does Ruiz feel about Tyson Fury? In a recent interview, Ruiz Jr. said, "I heard he was trying to call me out. That would actually be a good fight. That would be a really good fight. That's why I'm trying to be in the best shape that I can so I can expletive all these fools up and get my belts back." Perhaps now is the time for Ruiz to get his own back on Fury for referring to him as the kid from Up. But what do you guys think? Can Ruiz shock the fight world once again to take out another world-class boxing champion? Or will Tyson Fury do the inevitable and use his hugely superior boxing IQ, technique, and power to outclass our favorite Mexican heavyweight? Stop what you're doing right now. Scroll down and let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. And to see what happens when a top MMA fighter clashes with an elite boxing heavyweight, click the link in the description below. Finally, make sure you like this video, subscribe to our channel, and left jab the bell icon for future updates to our channel.